Hello everyone. Today I am back with some beautiful questions on Beowulf. So let's move on. Beowulf belongs to Geats. Grendel is believed to be the descendant of the Cain, who is the father of Shield Shivson. Shivson is an orphan. How does Hrothgar know of Beowulf? Hrothgar was friends with Beowulf's father. About how long is the dragon? 50 feet. How long does Beowulf reign as king of the Geats? 50 years. Hrothgar is the king of Danes, Denmark. What, according to Beowulf, is better than mourning a death? Avenging a death. Who helps Beowulf against the dragon? Wiglaf. Who taunts Beowulf in Heret, Unferth? Who is Modrith, a wicked queen of legend? What is the name of the hall which belonged to Hrothgar, which Grendel attacked? Heret Hall. What is the meaning of Heret, the hall where Hrothgar and his wife, Withlo, along with their warriors, sing and celebrate? Hall of the heart, then heart means male deer, sorry. From whom is Grendel descended? Cain. Who is queen of the Geats? Hid. Whom does Grendel's mother abduct and decapitate? Askar. How many warriors did Beowulf take along with him? 14. How many Geats does Grendel kill? ഈ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ നമുക്ക് തെറ്റിപ്പോവാം. How many Geats does Grendel kill എന്നാണ്. ഡാനിഷ് അല്ല കേട്ടോ. So 1. What is hunting? Hunting is a sword. Where do the Geats place Beowulf's barrow? On a cliff overlooking the sea. Who is Beowulf's father? Igdo. What is Virid? The Anglo-Saxon concept of faith. Beowulf was the nephew of Geatish king Hygelac. Where do Grendel and his mother live? In a lake. What is a scope? A poet. Who guides Beowulf to the dragon's barrow? The thief. Who gives Hid 3 horses? Beowulf. Which character is descended from Shield Shivson? Hrothgar. Who is Beow? Hrothgar's grandfather. What is Heret? The great hall that Hrothgar builds. How long does Grendel menace Hrothgar's kingdom? 12 years. Where does Beowulf sail from to help the Danes? Geatland. Who stops Beowulf when he first arrives? A lookout who guards the sea cliffs. What does Beowulf ask of Hrothgar? Permission to fight Grendel. Who is killed by Grendel's mother? Askar. Why does Beowulf plans to fight with a sword or shield? Because Grendel never fight with a sword or shield. Why does Unferth disparage Beowulf's reputation with a story about a battle at sea? Unferth is jealous of Beowulf. What do Beowulf and Breaka swim out to sea to fight? Sea monster. What boast or promise does Beowulf make to Withlo the queen? He'll slay Grendel or die trying. Grendel wreaks havoc on the Heret Hall for how many years? 12 years. What does Beowulf hold up as proof of his victory over Grendel? Grendel's arm. What happens to Grendel after the battle? He returns to his swamp home to die. Who is Sigmund, whom the Danish bard sings about to celebrate Beowulf's victory? A great hero who slew a dragon. Who becomes the king after Hygelac is killed in battle with the Scylfings? Beowulf. What does Beowulf say when he is thanked for his heroic deed? He expresses regret that he mortally wounded Grendel but did not kill him. Hrothgar does what by celebrating Beowulf's defeat of Grendel? Wins the respect of the Danes for ruling justly. Who did Hrothgar's daughter Freyr marry as a peace deal to end enmity? Heathbod. What gift is Beowulf given at the victory feast? Fine horses, treasure, armor, and resplendent toque. How does Hrothgar make Beowulf part of his family? He adopts him as a son in a grand gesture of peace. What did the thief steal from the dragon which made the dragon attack the Geatland? Cup from its treasure. Who loses to whom in the beginning of the saga of Finn? The Frisian king that the bards tell. The Danes lost to the Frisians. In the saga, why is Finn's Danish wife Hilbert so devastated by the outcome of the battle? Her son and brother Hanif are killed. How does the saga of Finn end? The Danes wait out the winter and then kill Finn, loot the castle, and abscond to Denmark with Hilbert. What is nagging in Beowulf? A sword. Who was the only person who helped Beowulf attack the dragon? Wiglaf. Who is the successor of Beowulf? Wiglaf. It is an epic poem in 3182 lines. In which dialect is Beowulf written? West Saxon. The poem's setting is in Scandinavia. There are mainly 3 battles in the poem. What happens when Grendel's mother comes to her at seeking revenge? She kills Hrothgar's advisor Aesker and steals Grendel's arm. What does Hrothgar beseech Beowulf to do? Go to Grendel's mother's watery lair and kills her. What does Unferth give to Beowulf for the battle? A precious sword called Hunding that has never been in a losing battle. What do they find when they reached the cliff above the monster's swampy home? Asker's head at the edge of the cliff and sea monster down below. What does Grendel's mother do as soon as she sees Beowulf in the water? She snatches him and drags him down to the depths. With what does Beowulf kill Grendel's mother? A famous ancient sword he finds on the bottom of the sea. What does Beowulf bring back to King Hrothgar as a prize? Grendel's decapitated head and the hilt of a melted sword. Why does Hrothgar talk about the evil King Hermod as a contrast to Beowulf's nobility and honor? After the victory feast, where does Beowulf tell Hrothgar he wants to go? Back to Geatland. To whose kingdom does Beowulf go to live? To his old friend King Hygelac. What tale does Beowulf tell Hygelac at great length? The story of his trip to Heorot and his battle with Grendel and his mother. Who is Queen Modred? A legendary queen who was evil until she got married to a great king and reformed herself. What does Beowulf predict for Hrothgar and the Danes when Hrothgar's daughter marries? It will cause the tragic worsening of an old feud with the Heathboard. What eventually happens to Hygelac? He dies and Beowulf rules the kingdom for 50 years. Why does the dragon awaken in fury? A thief has disturbed the dragon's treasure and stolen a goblet. Whose treasure was it in the first place? The last survivor of an ancient race who gave it up when he realized he would die too. Why does Beowulf take the dragon's attack on personally? The dragon burns down Beowulf's throne hall. What is the story of how Beowulf came to rule? Hygelac died. Beowulf acted as counselor to Hygelac's son until the son died, and then the Beowulf became the king. What vision does Beowulf have before the battle with the dragon? He predicts he'll die. How does Beowulf's sword fail him when he fights the dragon? First, the sword barely harms the dragon, later, it breaks. What do Beowulf's fellow warriors do during the battle? All of them get scared and run off except for Wiglaf. How does the dragon die? Wiglaf stabs his belly, then Beowulf delivers the final blow. What does Beowulf die of? He receives a poisonous dragon bite in his neck. What does Wiglaf bring the dying Beowulf? The treasure from the dragon's hole. What does Wiglaf speak to the warrior when they return after Beowulf's death? He exhortates them for being cowards and abandoning their king. What does the messenger tell the people of Geatland in addition to the news of Beowulf's death? That many future wars are close at hand. What happens to the massive treasure hoard? It is collected. What do they do with the dragon's body? They throw it over the cliff edge into the water. How is Beowulf buried? He is burned on a pyre at the cliff's edge. Beowulf is a hero in youth because he is strong and brave, but why is he hero in his old age? Because of his sense of honor and responsibility. Why are the characters so concerned with family heritage and identity? So they can live up to past ideals and ensure they are remembered. How does medieval Christianity play out in the tale? It creates a tension with traditional pagan codes of heroism. How can the duty of a warrior was that of a king be summarized? The quest for personal glory versus responsibility for a people. How was the story of Beowulf first told? It was told orally for many generations before being written down. Why is the feasting after Beowulf's death, defeat of Grendel, so important? It represents the return to order and new hope after turmoil. So thank you. അപ്പം ബിയൂൾഫിൻ്റെ ക്ലാസ് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. ബിയൂൾഫിൻ്റെ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് പോർഷൻ എടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. സോ എൻ്റെ ക്ലാസ്സിനെ പറ്റിയുള്ള കമൻസ് കമൻറ്റ് ബോക്സിൽ ചെയ്യുക. ഇതേപോലെ തന്നെ ക്ലാസ്സുകൾ ഇനിയും മുന്നോട്ട് എടുത്താൽ മതിയോ, അത് എന്തെങ്കിലും സജഷൻസ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതും പറയാം. സോ നന്നായിട്ട് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യുക, നന്നായിട്ട് പഠിക്കുക, മാക്സിമം മെറ്റീരിയൽസ് കളക്ട് ചെയ്ത് വെച്ച് തന്നെ പഠിക്കുക. സോ താങ്ക് യു.